Chairman Smith and Schweikert, Ranking Member Pascal, distinguished members of the subcommittee, thank you for the honor of testifying. I'm president of the Capital Research Center, where we study how special interests engage in politics, especially through nonprofits. I'm excited to be asked to discuss foreign money in American nonprofits, because in our deeply polarized world, foreign money in our politics is opposed by nearly everyone, left, right, and center. Last year, when I testified alongside today's Democratic witness, he raised the specter of illegal foreign contributions to 501c4 nonprofits and cited a journal article whose author insisted foreign donations pose, quote, different and greater dangers than legal domestic donations to C4s, donations often criticized as dark money. Our happy task of bringing left and right together on this threat should be even easier, because by far the largest case I know of where foreign money flows to American C4s and C3s involves a billionaire. While conservatives don't insist billionaires shouldn't even exist, as one Democratic member of this House has said, we do criticize billionaire donors when they improperly interfere with American politics, as when the Zuckerbergs gave $500 million to manipulate the 2020 elections. Today we can focus on the Swiss billionaire and foreign national Hans Jurg Vis, who in the last 2 decades gave roughly $500 million to America's largest dark money network, the sprawling empire run by Arabella Advisors. Don't think I'm pushing a conspiracy theory. My written testimony carefully documents this foreign billionaire's meddling in American politics, citing only mainstream media sources, the New York Times, Politico, and the Associated Press, plus the Federal Election Commission's General Counsel. The FEC's General Counsel notes Vis illegally made direct political contributions, though the statute of limitations has expired, giving to Senator Dick Durbin and Representatives Jay Inslee and Mark Udall, among others. The Associated Press calls Vis a Democratic-aligned megadonor and reports his nonprofits helped, quote, bankroll efforts to lift President Joe Biden's agenda and paid for TV ads promoting Democratic congressional candidates in the midterms, close quote. The New York Times reports, quote, tax filings show the Vis Foundation and C4 Burger Action Fund donated $208 million from 2016 through 2020 to 3 other nonprofit funds that doled out money to a wide array of groups that backed progressive causes and helped Democrats in their efforts to win the White House and control of Congress, close quote. Beneficiaries of Vis's direct giving included organizations that, quote, ran voter registration and mobilization campaigns to increase Democratic turnout and built media outlets accused of slanting the news to favor Democrats, close quote. Politico reports Vis gave $1 million to the National Redistricting Action Fund, a sister group of Democrats' National Redistricting Hub. This is truly shocking. A foreign national billionaire appears to have affected the very membership of this House and this committee. The lines governing the districts you represent may have been carved in part by this foreign money. The same foreign cash may have funded the turnout efforts in your last elections. Surely we can all agree this is not the role of foreign billionaires. Note that this foreign billionaire wasn't operating alone. For 2 decades, he's been joined at the hip with the undisputed heavyweight of Democratic dark money, the Arabella Advisors empire. The nonprofits run by Arabella include C3s and C4s. They are gargantuan. In the 2018 election cycle, these nonprofits raised $1.2 billion. In 2020, $2.6 billion. In 2022, $3 billion. Several remedies have been suggested to deal with this problem. Some are reasonable. For instance, legislation introduced into the House that would prohibit C4s that receive foreign cash from donating to super PACs for several years. Other responses include Professor Hackney's suggestion that private foundations be eliminated from the tax code, and my own think tank's suggestion that C3 foundations and charities not be allowed to fund or execute voter registration and turnout. The president of Vis's foundation in C4, Molly McCusick, was involved in a massive C3 voter registration scheme that's still active and deserves its own hearing. Some people call for greater enforcement by the IRS, but we all know the IRS has been badly abused by both parties in the past and is always likely to have partisans like Lois Lerner overseeing enforcement. Lastly, there's the supposed all-purpose cure for everything nonprofit, namely government-coerced donor disclosure. I'm proud to stand with the NAACP of Bull Connor's 1950s Alabama and the NAACP of this afternoon who oppose that ugly intrusion on the privacy of American citizens. Thank you.